I remember what I was saying about the UK. They might be getting cooked.
In Britain are getting a lot larger. So basically, the UK is being occupied by a government that's actively working against its own citizens.
Yep.
They're importing infinite migrants and infinite third worlders. They're actively censoring anybody who talks about it. They're trying to
America is turning to this. At least it was in 2000 last year.
Police speech as much as they can, and they're trying to effectively speedrun V for Vendetta.
Yep.
That's what's happening.
Good movie, by the way. Great movie.
It feels like everywhere in the UK is breaking out into protest at the moment. The scale of it is unlike anything I can remember.
Great.
And we'll take a look at it in this video, but for perspective,
they are doing so many bad things. Between the censorship of online internet, the censorship of the media, all the protests, the UK is just gonzo, dude. And what's even crazier is that it's not even their decision. These decisions are being made at an unprecedented rate. So fast, these decisions are being made. And it's absolutely wiping the floor with the people who don't want this. And the thing is that it looks like a solid majority of them really don't want this.
Friday saw around 20 protests. Saturday,
that's what's really scary about how fast they passed all these laws. How fast they were able to move these people around, these immigrants, into the cities and stuff. That's what's really terrifying about it, is how fast they were able to get online censorship. How they were able to... this was done in the span of 6 months to a year. That's how fast this happened.
More, and there are more happening today. So, yeah, it's huge. In fact, there are too many protests for me to keep track of or even dream of hoping to cover.
Great.
And that is a good thing.
This is like what the American people wanted, but then they realized that it doesn't do anything whenever, or this is what American Democrats wish would happen, but it's not going to because they're the minority.
The left, by comparison, funded by the Socialist Workers' Party, seem to be running out of capital and manpower.
Well, they're also running out of... The thing is that a lot of these leftist causes, their economy truly is emotion. And so, to the extent that they can no longer emotionally manipulate people to make them agree to give up their homeland and to allow rapists to run free in their country, to the extent that they can't do that, their power is gone. They don't have any power. It's the entire power structure they have is emotional blackmail.
The U.S. was doing the same thing. We had that going on the past 4 years. You may not realize it, but it is. Whenever you log on and you hear all these things that they were saying about Trump being like this mass, killer and he's a rapist and all these things, and you realize something, that even whenever someone like Trump does something good, or for that matter, any of them, if they've got this set mindset of this monster that they want to portray, they're going to do whatever it takes to keep that monster breathing and alive and raining down holy hellfire. No matter what it takes. Even if it takes places like The View being shut down and Stephen Colbert. Which I think that Colbert was just a bad circumstance at this point, but whenever all you do is talk about this weird negative agenda and you push it to the extreme, like what happened with Biden, even I get a lot of people like, oh, he's a sniffing hair, he's a pedo, but he didn't actually do anything. He's just an old man who is obviously senile. I mean, let's be honest here. But still,
take that away and there's nothing left.
Yes.
Aren't that many people you can bus up and down the country to keep annoying locals. And when they do show up, they just get humiliated, mocked, and run out of town.
Good.
We'll take a look at that as well.
Absolutely.
But the reason
100%.
for it, let's be honest, is relatively simple.
The reason why they're there is because they're not accepted in their own society. And the reason why they're not someplace else is because they've been run out of that place because they were doing stupid shit. So it makes sense that now they don't have a place to go, and they're running all over the place and getting pretty much ran out of every town they go to. It's what happens.
of these protests are locals voicing their concerns over things that have happened in their community.
Yep, that's
so
right.
when you show up with your luxury beliefs like refugees welcome plastered on a little placard.
And that's what happens when you've got a bunch of middle-aged white women that have nothing else to do with their day. They have no fucking problems in their life, and they don't have to stress and grind down for money. They got that that nice money that their parents made, so they don't have to worry.
It just doesn't really cut it. You can shout fascist and racist and them all you want.
What these people should do is they should take these refugees and then relocate them to the rich areas of the town.
I agree.
That are primarily of this viewpoint.
They got all that room on all those rich properties. They have the most room, so that's where they should be. Honestly.
And
same thing with America as well.
The refugees totally fucking distort everything.
They need to have like a thing where if you advocate for something, you should like, whenever they check you, if you truly advocate for it, then open your home up to these people. Let them in. Let these homeless people in DC into your house. If you really advocate for it and you really want it to make change instead of like sitting here saying, well, that's just not how it's done, then open up your home. Let these homeless people come in your house. Let's see how that goes. Let them pop tents up on your backyard. If not, then shut the fuck up. It's ridiculous. Like if you have to go and make a vote where you have to check a box, but off to the side it says, if you do this, they have a home in your home. I guarantee you there'd be less people checking that box. If you do this, they will be in your community. And that's how you figure out where you want these people.
And fuck everything up. Because they will. That's exactly what happened in Martha's Vineyard. And I think that's the best way to do it, by the way. And put them somewhere else. Yeah. Put them in the position. It's like, if you want to believe in this, okay, fine. Now you have to deal with it.
Yep, exactly.
They call you racist, by the way, for doing that? Well, of course they do.
You don't even have to put them in your home. Raise their taxes. If they want to contribute to this, raise their taxes. Straight up. Give them 50% more taxes. If they're like, oh yeah, I want to contribute to this, and then you check on the card and you know, they look at it and their vote went towards not doing it, but now they're sitting there advocating for it, well, start charging them taxes. Shit.
Because again, it's not about that. All they want to do is have somebody else deal with it.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't care. They're there to support their local community, and that trumps every name that you want to call them. Let's start with a protest that took place
especially when it's
yesterday,
the
the 9th
majority.
of August in Nuneaton. Now, based on the live streams that I've watched, thousands of people showed up to this.
Jeez,
You got a lot of people popping off. People in ivory towers making rules for everybody else. Yes.
And why exactly are the fine people of Nuneaton out in protest? Well, I'll tell you, it's because two Afghan men living in the local migrant hotel that the government dumped into their community are alleged to have committed a very serious assault against a 12-year-old. Now, I'm not going to go into any more.
There it is.
No way. No way. How does this keep happening?
This isn't the only time. This has happened quite a bit. Oddly enough, there are a plentiful amount of stories, sadly, that involve the same thing from the UK. Of something within the same area of story, like something happening to a minor involving these damn these immigrants that have been moving and busting to the UK. That's why people are tired of it. And nothing really happens to the immigrants that do this as well.
My God.
More of the details of that because, well, for the purposes of YouTube, but if you Google it, it's absolutely disgusting. That's all I'll say. So you're probably imagining, well,
it's not rich opinions versus poor. It's more left and right wing, and left live more in cities with said immigrants.
That, dude. You don't need to go left and right or political with something that is right and wrong. Is what they're doing right or wrong? Well, it's goddamn wrong, so get them out.
That again, a lot of the people that are pushing this are people that don't have to deal with these people.
Yep.
They don't have to deal with them. They're driving in from out of town.
Yeah, the local community, they're not going to be too pleased by this, but surely nobody is going to come along to counter-protest, right?
Yes.
Enter the Reddit and 4chan
Oh, no one gives a
crossover
shit about them. They're not
masterpiece.
physically there.
A fedora-wearing neckbeard cosplaying as a priest.
12-year-olds? No, I hate fashion.
What the fuck is this guy wearing?
Why do you invite into the
Who does this remind you of?
What a bunch of fucking weirdos, man. Get out of here. I wonder how many of them are Americans.
I'm not gonna say who it is.
collar, my friend? I earned it, thank you.
Yep.
The internet and the real world,
Jesus,
two
man, what
very
a
distinct
joke.
places.
What an absolute joke this is. Seriously. What a fucking joke.